Bituach Leumi, officially known as the National Insurance Institute of Israel, serves as the cornerstone of Israel's social security system. Established in 1953, shortly after the founding of the state, it was created to provide a safety net for Israeli citizens and residents through various life stages and challenges. The institution operates as a mandatory social insurance program that covers virtually all Israeli residents, from newborns to the elderly, from employed workers to the self-employed. The system is built on the principle of social solidarity, where contributions from all participants create a pool of resources that supports those in need. Unlike private insurance, Bituach Leumi is a government-run institution that operates under specific legislation, primarily the National Insurance Law, which has been amended numerous times to expand coverage and adapt to changing social needs. The institute manages one of the largest budgets in Israel, collecting and distributing billions of shekels annually to millions of beneficiaries across diverse benefit programs. The financial foundation of Bituach Leumi rests on mandatory monthly contributions from the working population, both employees and employers, as well as from self-employed individuals. These contributions, known as deductions or Mas Bituach Leumi, are calculated as a percentage of earned income up to a maximum ceiling that is adjusted annually. For salaried employees, the contribution is split between the employee and employer, with each paying their designated percentage. The employee's portion is automatically deducted from their monthly salary, while employers pay their share directly to Bituach Leumi. Self-employed individuals bear the full burden of contributions, paying both the employee and employer portions, though they benefit from certain tax deductions as a result. The contribution rates vary depending on the type of insurance coverage, with separate rates for old age and survivors insurance, disability insurance, unemployment insurance, and health insurance, which is collected by Bituach Leumi but transferred to the health maintenance organizations. There are also reduced rates for certain populations, such as pensioners who continue working, and exemptions for very low earners. The progressive nature of the system means that higher earners contribute more in absolute terms, though everyone pays the same percentage up to the income ceiling, creating a redistributive effect that supports the social solidarity principle underlying the entire system. One of the most widely used aspects of Bituach Leumi is its comprehensive support for families, particularly around childbirth and child rearing. Pregnant women who have worked and paid contributions for a minimum period are entitled to maternity leave payments, typically covering 15 weeks of leave, which can be extended in certain circumstances, such as multiple births or hospitalization of the newborn. The payment amount is calculated based on the woman's average salary in the months preceding the leave, up to a maximum ceiling. Fathers are entitled to paternity leave, currently 6 days, though there have been ongoing discussions about expanding this benefit. Adoptive parents also receive similar benefits when bringing a new child into their family. Beyond the immediate birth period, Bituach Leumi provides monthly children's allowances for each child under the age of 18, though the amounts vary based on the number of children in the family and have been subject to significant policy changes over the years. Single parents receive enhanced benefits recognizing their particular challenges. Families caring for children with disabilities are entitled to additional support through the Disabled Child Allowance, which provides financial assistance to help with the extra costs associated with raising a child with special needs. The system also includes benefits for fertility treatments, recognizing the emotional and financial burden faced by couples struggling with infertility. These family-oriented benefits reflect Israel's pro-natalist policies and the recognition that supporting families is essential for the nation's demographic and social stability. The unemployment insurance branch of Bituach Leumi provides crucial support for individuals who have lost their jobs through no fault of their own. To qualify for unemployment benefits, individuals must have worked and paid contributions for a minimum period, typically at least 12 months out of the 18 months preceding the unemployment claim, with at least 6 months in the most recent period. The benefit amount is calculated based on the individual's previous salary, though it is capped at a maximum amount and represents a percentage of previous earnings rather than full salary replacement. Recipients must register with the Employment Service, demonstrate active job-seeking behavior, and be available for suitable work opportunities. Benefits are paid for a limited duration, typically ranging from 4 to 12 months depending on age and family circumstances, with longer periods available for older workers and those with dependents. Beyond mere income replacement, Bituach Leumi also invests in vocational training and retraining programs designed to help unemployed individuals acquire new skills or update existing ones to improve their employability in a changing job market. Special programs exist for specific populations such as new immigrants, discharged soldiers, and workers from declining industries. The system also provides support for unemployed individuals seeking to start their own businesses, offering guidance and sometimes financial assistance during the critical startup phase. During economic downturns or mass layoffs, Bituach Leumi may extend benefits or create special programs to address the particular circumstances, demonstrating the system's flexibility in responding to changing economic conditions. Bituach Leumi provides extensive support for individuals who are unable to work due to disability, whether resulting from illness, accident, or congenital conditions. The disability insurance system distinguishes between general disability and work-related injuries, with separate benefit structures for each. General disability benefits are available to individuals whose earning capacity has been significantly reduced due to medical conditions, with eligibility determined through medical examinations and assessments by Bituach Leumi physicians. The degree of disability is expressed as a percentage, and benefit amounts correspond to these percentages, with additional components for dependents. For disabilities resulting from work-related accidents or occupational diseases, a separate and generally more generous benefit structure applies, reflecting the principle that employers and society bear greater responsibility when workers are injured while performing their duties. These work injury benefits can include full salary replacement during the initial recovery period, ongoing monthly payments based on the degree of disability, rehabilitation services, retraining for alternative employment, and even modifications to the home or vehicle to accommodate the disability. The system also recognizes that many disabled individuals can and wish to work despite their limitations, offering partial disability benefits that allow recipients to earn income while still receiving support, with benefit amounts adjusted based on their earning capacity. Survivors of workers killed in work-related accidents receive ongoing support, including widows' or widowers' pensions and orphan benefits. The complexity of disability determinations often leads to disputes, and Bituach Leumi maintains an appeals process through which claimants can challenge decisions they believe are incorrect, with medical committees and eventually the labor courts available to review cases. The old age pension system represents one of Bituach Leumi's foundational pillars, providing income security for elderly Israelis who have retired from the workforce. The standard retirement age has been gradually increasing and currently stands at 67 for men and varies between 62 and 65 for women, depending on birth year, as part of a process to equalize retirement ages. To qualify for a full pension, individuals must have paid contributions for a significant portion of their adult lives, though even those with limited contribution histories receive a basic pension amount. The pension calculation involves both a basic component available to all who meet residency requirements and a contributory component based on years of contributions and income levels during working years. Many retirees supplement their Bituach Leumi pension with occupational pensions from their former employers or private pension savings, as the national insurance pension alone typically provides a modest standard of living. The system recognizes that some individuals may have gaps in their contribution history due to various life circumstances, offering mechanisms to purchase back credit for certain periods such as higher education or time spent caring for young children. For married couples, the pension system includes provisions ensuring that both spouses receive coverage, with special consideration for non-working spouses, predominantly women of earlier generations who dedicated themselves to homemaking. Survivors' benefits ensure that when a pension recipient or insured person dies, their spouse continues receiving support, with the amount depending on various factors including the deceased's pension entitlements and the survivor's age. Orphan benefits provide support for children who have lost one or both parents, continuing until age 18 or longer if the child is studying or has a disability. Recognizing that contributory benefits alone cannot address all situations of poverty and need, Bituach Leumi administers means-tested income support programs designed to ensure a basic standard of living for all Israeli residents. These programs provide financial assistance to individuals and families whose income falls below established thresholds, taking into account family size, housing costs, and special circumstances. Unlike the contributory benefits, eligibility for income support is not dependent on previous work history or contributions, but rather on current financial need and residency status. Recipients must typically undergo periodic reviews to verify continued eligibility, and the benefit amounts are adjusted based on inflation and policy changes. The income support system has evolved over decades, with ongoing debates about the appropriate benefit levels, the balance between providing adequate support and maintaining work incentives, and the administrative burden placed on recipients who must navigate complex application and renewal processes. Special supplements are available for particular expenses such as heating during winter months, special diets required for medical conditions, and assistance with burial costs. For elderly individuals whose pensions are insufficient, special senior income supplements ensure a minimum income level. New immigrants during their initial absorption period may be eligible for special benefits, recognizing that they have not yet had the opportunity to build up contribution histories. The system also provides support for individuals caring for family members with disabilities or elderly parents, acknowledging that such caregiving prevents full-time employment while providing valuable service. Despite these extensive programs, poverty remains a significant challenge in Israel, particularly among certain population groups, leading to ongoing policy discussions about how to strengthen the social safety net while promoting employment and self-sufficiency. As Israel's population ages and life expectancy increases, the importance of long-term care support has grown substantially. Bituach Leumi's long-term care insurance, known as Sikwi, provides monthly payments to elderly and disabled individuals who require assistance with activities of daily living such as bathing, dressing, eating, and mobility. The benefit amount depends on the level of dependency, determined through functional assessments by trained evaluators who visit the applicant's home to observe their actual capabilities and limitations. The benefit can be used flexibly, allowing recipients or their families to hire caregivers, whether family members or professional care workers, purchase support services, or contribute toward the costs of assisted living or nursing home care. For severely dependent individuals, the benefit amounts are higher, recognizing the intensive care needs and associated costs. The system also includes a special benefit for Holocaust survivors, providing enhanced support in recognition of their unique circumstances and the principle that the state bears a special responsibility to ensure dignity in their final years. Foreign caregivers, who play a major role in Israel's long-term care landscape, create both opportunities and challenges for the system, with regulatory frameworks governing their employment and ensuring appropriate labor protections. Family members who provide care can be paid through the Sikwi benefit, formalizing their caregiving role and providing them with some income, though debates continue about whether these payments adequately recognize the demanding nature of family caregiving. The long-term care system faces ongoing pressures from demographic trends, rising care costs, and expectations for quality and dignity in care, leading to periodic reforms and adjustments in benefit levels and eligibility criteria. Given Israel's unique security situation and the ongoing need for reserve military service, Bituach Leumi plays a crucial role in compensating citizens for the economic burden of fulfilling their reserve duty obligations. Reservists called to active duty are entitled to compensation for lost wages, with the amount calculated based on their regular income and family situation. Employers are required by law to continue paying salaries for a certain number of reserve days each year, after which Bituach Leumi assumes responsibility for payments. Self-employed reservists receive compensation based on their declared income, helping to offset the business disruption caused by their absence. The system recognizes different types of reserve service, including routine training, emergency call-ups, and extended service during wartime or security operations, with varying compensation structures. Employers can claim reimbursement from Bituach Leumi for salaries paid to employees during reserve duty, creating a system that spreads the burden of national defense across society rather than placing it entirely on individual employers or reservists. During periods of prolonged conflict or extensive call-ups, special provisions may be enacted to provide additional support, recognizing the extraordinary circumstances. The reserve duty compensation system reflects Israel's societal commitment to national defense while attempting to ensure that those who serve do not bear an unfair economic burden, though debates continue about whether compensation levels adequately reflect actual losses, particularly for high earners whose income exceeds the compensation ceiling and for self-employed individuals whose businesses may suffer long-term effects from their absence. Bituach Leumi operates through a network of branch offices located throughout Israel, serving different geographic regions and population centers. Each branch handles the full range of benefits, though certain specialized services may be centralized. In recent years, the institution has made significant efforts to digitize services, allowing many applications, renewals, and inquiries to be handled through its website and mobile application, reducing the need for in-person visits. Registering for Bituach Leumi typically occurs automatically when an Israeli identity card is issued, though new immigrants must complete registration processes during their absorption period. For most employed individuals, interactions with Bituach Leumi are minimal during their working years, as contributions are automatically deducted and employers handle much of the administrative burden. Self-employed individuals must register their status, report income periodically, and pay contributions directly, requiring more active engagement with the system. When applying for benefits, applicants typically need to provide various documents such as identity cards, employment verification, medical documentation, or proof of income, depending on the specific benefit sought. Processing times vary considerably, with some benefits like maternity leave paid relatively quickly, while others, particularly disability claims, may take months due to the need for medical evaluations and comprehensive documentation. The institution employs thousands of staff members, including clerks, social workers, physicians, occupational therapists, and other specialists who assess claims and determine eligibility. Customer service has long been a point of criticism, with complaints about long wait times, bureaucratic complexity, and difficulties reaching appropriate personnel, though reforms have aimed to improve responsiveness. The system includes multiple avenues for appeals when applications are denied or benefit amounts are disputed, starting with internal reviews and potentially proceeding to labor courts for legal adjudication. Bituach Leumi faces numerous challenges that shape ongoing policy debates and reform efforts. The demographic challenge of an aging population increases pressure on both the pension system and long-term care benefits, while potentially shrinking the ratio of working contributors to beneficiaries. High poverty rates, particularly among children in large families and elderly individuals living alone, suggest that current benefit levels may be insufficient or that gaps exist in coverage. Labor market changes, including the growth of gig economy work, freelancing, and non-standard employment relationships, challenge traditional contribution and benefit structures designed around conventional employer-employee relationships. The institution's administrative efficiency and service quality have been recurring concerns, with reform efforts aimed at streamlining processes, improving digital services, and reducing bureaucracy. Debates about appropriate benefit levels involve balancing adequacy against affordability and fiscal sustainability, with different political perspectives offering varying priorities regarding the generosity of the social safety net. Some argue for expanding benefits and increasing contribution rates to provide more robust social protection, while others emphasize fiscal constraints and the importance of work incentives. The treatment of different population groups, including Arab citizens, ultra-Orthodox Jews, and new immigrants, raises questions about equity and social inclusion, with contribution patterns and benefit utilization varying significantly across these communities. International comparisons with social security systems in other developed nations provide both inspiration for potential improvements and warnings about challenges to avoid. Recent years have seen various reform proposals and implemented changes, including adjustments to retirement ages, modifications to children's allowances, enhancement of earned income tax credits to encourage employment, and improvements to digital service delivery. Looking forward, Bituach Leumi will likely continue evolving to address demographic shifts, economic transformations, technological opportunities, and changing social expectations about the appropriate role of government in providing security and support across the life course.